It is your favorite hood therapist, Miss Moody, checking in. Yes, I'm doing it, kicking it old school way. You already know. Live off my terrace. Live off my terrace live. So tap in, tap in, tap in. You already know how I do. Give y'all all a few minutes to get in. Get in, tap in. Y'all already know what to do. Invite the Buddha Kuda whole family too. Check in. Check in. Yes, and day 2 of this hat, because it is a fucking mood for real. It is a moody, child. It is definitely a mood. Welcome, tribe. Happy Monday. Happy Moody Monday. Happy Moody Monday. Yes, y'all. I definitely hopped in on Tribe on my old school setting, which is Instagram last week. But in true Instagram nature, they definitely kicked me, blocked me again. So they basically kicked me out of live again on Instagram. So this is why, like I told y'all originally, why I definitely transition to YouTube, because I wanted to be able to reach a wider audience and not have so many like stipulations and rules going in. Hi Rich, welcome. So I'm back, and I know a lot of you like, what's going on, studio? Your girl is here. I just have been in like my creative bag, yo. And I don't mean like the bag way, like, yeah, I'm in my bag, I'm getting my bag. No, I'm in like a creative standstill, you know? And then it's just all about narrowing it down to like what's going on. So most of the time whenever I do get into my creativity comes from like my experiences. So anything I've been through life, whether it's like good or bad, like I show that in my work, I show that in my conversations. And you know, I do feel like it's a lot of great things happening in my life right now. So it's not really room to complain. It's not, you know, I don't want to make an excuse as into why Moody ain't giving it to y'all the way I used to be giving it to y'all. But just understand, I'm not just in my head for no reason. I'm going to come out on top. I'll come out with better results. Like my partner and I are meeting tomorrow, because even she feels it like, nah, we need to meet. We need to go in person, charge up, regroup, sit, think about it, and come up with a plan. Like we already got the plan, but it's okay to always modify a plan. So that's where I'm at. And I definitely am working on like not being such a big, like I'm such my own biggest critic. Like I am so hard on myself, and I'm learning to give as much as I give myself criticism, to give myself that much love as well. Because you know, it is so easy to like downplay yourself or talk yourself out your success or out your powers that God and the universe has literally gifted you with. So for those of you who can relate or under my voice, just know that when you have a moment like that, it is just time for you to just reflect and come with your plan, you know, modify your plan. Because most of the time we already have the plan. It's all about how are we maneuvering that, you know. And as far as guests, please believe me, y'all gonna see some of y'all old tribe faves come join me live in person. And as promised, I told you guys that I will be hitting the streets. So definitely look forward to the Moody coming up this August. I'm about to say this October. This August, I will be in the streets, hitting all the different boroughs to vibe with my tribe in person. You know, ain't nothing like in person. How my tribe? Y'all make me so happy when y'all come in here talking y'all talk. It's nothing more fulfilling than to actually get to see and be with my tribe live. Even like I said, me going outside in person, like I'm a person that we could walk up in the street and I don't know you from Adam, bro. We will start talking like we've been cousins, like we cousins, or we've been friends for mad long. Like people do that to me. Like I always make the joke like, yo, I could be on an empty cart on the train, y'all. I promise y'all, out the way on an empty cart, and somebody will come in on the train, and they will come sit next to me, and there'll be all the rows open. Like, they will come sit right next to me, and I'll be like, why? But I stopped being the why person, because you got to understand your energy attracts people. You know, that energy before you even speak. We got this like magnetic force in us. That's how we also know when, because magnets don't always click. Magnets also be like, "Ooh, no." So understand the power of energy. That shit is really real. Like, the same way a magnet could come together, a magnet will definitely be like, "No, you ain't my match." So never deny your energy. Like, your energy speaks for you. People don't have to speak for you. Not that you don't vibe with them. That is a real life thing, y'all. Like, that's a part of not downplaying yourself. And that's where I am in life. Like, to recognize, to see. Especially when I get in my feelings about stuff. Like, I'm starting to not be so selfish. Because when you in your feelings, it's very easy to be like, me, how you make me, and what you me, and me. And you have to, like, really sit back and look and ask yourself, how did me get here? How did me come to feel this way? How did me, allow or build a space for it to become? So, yes, I definitely have been, again, in my creative standstill. And I hate to even, if y'all ever notice, like, when I sit and make my pauses, I am very, very intentional with the words I say out my mouth, especially with the older I get. And I don't want to just use age as time, just age for me with my experience, and I know I'm not that old yet. Like, I don't even call myself old. I do not think 34 is old. I think we can start claiming old at a good 50. Argue with your mama, not me. I'm not old. Y'all could be old. All the people that's under 40 that want to call yourself old, and under 50 want to call yourself old, y'all claim that, not me. Because as y'all see, we gonna age like fine wine, honey. 30 fine. 30 fire, honey. But seriously, y'all, like, having time to sit and reflect and really get into the gusto of it and sit with yourself, it don't always feel good, but that is so necessary to your growth, to your purpose, to your connections. Because, like, when you build relationships, and this is with family, this is with relationships, this is with work, you are all coming into this relationship to serve one another in some way. Everybody be like, oh, I don't ever ask her, she don't never want nothing. No, every relationship is meant to serve you in some way. Whether that person is teaching you something, whether that person is showing you they're going to teach you something, whether it's in good and bad. Whether you need to add something more into your life, whether you need to clip things out your life. And even looking into your own life. Like, the things, like I mentioned on my story before, boundaries. Boundaries. Why do I always bring up the thing called boundaries? Because boundaries is not for the people. Boundaries is for yourself. When we create boundaries, boundaries is for ourselves, okay? And boundaries in no way is going to make people not fuck with you. You're going to really see who fuck with you, honestly. Because boundaries is about respect. The people that respect you are going to respect your boundaries. I always tell y'all all the time, for me, respect comes before anything. That love talk, that loyalty talk, respect comes before all. And boundaries is very important in all relationships. It don't matter, because it creates an understanding of your limits, your do's and your don't do's. And the thing too that we definitely have to stand firm in, people, and this is for myself too, I had to learn, and this is why I'm also very heavy when it comes to, like, consequences, because boundaries is something you set for yourself. But when you are in a relationship, it is definitely relationships, I'm talking about not just significant other, again, family, work. This is a understanding. This is what I am not with. So if someone were to cross your boundary, you have to come with a consequence. Consequence ain't always squaring up. Normally that energy is truly for outsiders. Just like how someone has asked me before, like, um, can who can make you the most heartbroken or the most hurt? Duh, the people you love. No stranger could get to me the way that my family could get to me. No stranger don't. First of all, my friends and my sisters always tell me, bro, you are never affected by these outsiders. Like, you don't see how that girl looking at you, you don't see how that. I'm unmoved, I'm unfazed. Because why? I'm not looking for that energy. That's on her. That's her business, how she feels about a person she never met or even know. I don't be moved by those energies. That's literally water off my back. It takes others to let me know when others is like giving me a face or giving me like a shade. Baby, carry on. In the words of Jay, if it ain't directed at me, I don't respect it, honestly. So with the boundaries, when it comes to our loved ones, our people that we work with, boundaries looks like not just repeating yourself. It's showing with action. This is what happens when you do this. You take your time. You get less of me in the ways that you're used to getting me. Until you can, one, take accountability and understand that I'm not playing about my boundaries. Apologize. Because when you don't respect me, I damn sure don't expect you to love me. And again, I always say the joke all the time about how a man could literally love his woman but don't have no respect for her. People do it all the time. And it's important for you not to fear what you feel the outcome will be because you want to set your boundary. Like, think about it. How long do you want to live your life on other people's rules? Because that's basically what it is. Every time you tell someone that you're not into something or you don't want something to happen, and it does, and you continue to stay there, you are allowing them to control the way you want to move. And then a lot of the times, the people who are in these type of circumstances, they are the ones that's easily triggered by the people outside. Why? Because the people at home ain't getting the responses they're supposed to get, which is, I don't like that, so this is what I'm going to do. So they hold that in, or they accept, and then they go outside wilding. Whether it's in attitudes, or you fighting, or I don't fuck with people now. But you fucking with the fuck up, the hardest right now. And you wonder why your eyes got the same lens when you looking at other people, because you're literally got foggy sight because of the things that you have accepted. Tapping in, tribe, tapping in. Facts. Without respect, there's no foundation. Talk that ish, Moody. Come on, bro. What's up, the Real MacBook? Y'all hope y'all following my boy, the Real MacBook. He will definitely be back. Y'all already know that is my partner in crime, baby. He coming with the good chats, and it is coming soon. Word. I wear permanent dark shades. Can't see nobody. I'm telling you, bro. I am unfazed. The only people that can get to me are my loved ones. Loved ones. That is family and close friends. Anyone else outside of that? Like this sailor, my ship is still moving. Like the bucket cap, I'm still moving. The boat won't still roll, baby. We out. You know, and I learned too what accountability and patience look like. Being a mom, having a daughter. Like, your son's gonna live up on you, but your daughter's gonna be like, Mira, don't play with me. Them girls, one thing them girls gonna do, they gonna teach their mom something. They gonna show their mom all the stuff you thought that you had, right? I'm gonna bring this out real quick just to make sure. Let's do a little bit of revision, okay? And each day, I promise you, I am learning with my daughter. And she's only getting older. She's not even a teenager yet. And that's my teacher as well. And she's even the one, like, I remember when, sidebar, not really sidebar. I remember when I was just like, I used to tell you like, oh my God, when I put up the job box, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna when I put up the job box, y'all gotta hurry up and get it at a certain time. And I'll be so acting like, oh my God, booty, it's becoming too much. Like, how I'm gonna get all these questions at the same time. It was my baby who was like, Mom, come on, like, cut it off at a certain time. What you mean? Even when it came to the live, right? I'm like, Buddha, oh my God, I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, it's like the transition ain't so good when it comes to YouTube. Like, she was like, Mom, like, you keep going back to the Instagram, but you tell them to go to YouTube. You need to figure out a way to help them transition. She's like, and you always keep talking to them. So then she watching me one day on both of them, and she was like, Mom, you know what? Turn off your comments on IG. And I was like, look at this genius. Like, you know, like, your kids, you're not just their teacher, they're your teacher too. You know, she definitely, even when it comes to my patience, and I be swearing, like, I used to swear I had the best patience, but baby, I'm learning it ain't what I thought. It ain't what I thought. It's not. Okay? And that's why I go in on the tribe. I go in on y'all. I teach y'all and I give y'all tools and tips on the things either I've experienced or I'm literally walking in. Patience is a practice. Practice is patience. And a part of patience, again, is recognizing where you are. Recognizing where you are in life. And I realized that I would be impatient with others because I'm impatient with myself. Like, girl, what are you in a rush for? Where we going? Like, where we going? And us New Yorkers, shout out to all my New Yorkers in the house that's in here, we always make a joke about us really having post-traumatic stress disorder, but that drink is funny, not funny, and it's a real thing out here. Like, everything is, oh my God, what's next? Like, you know, take your time, sis, breathe. And I honestly know that is a part of the reason why my brain goes 1,000 miles a minute when it comes to the space I'm in, when it comes to my baby, MOODYTUNEIN. Shout out to y'all tribe. I see y'all in here. I see y'all in here. I wish I could wave like we on Instagram. I wish we could wave. Put you inside my heart. Hold on. It says a moderator. But yes, y'all, don't forget, while we on here chitty chatting, don't forget to invite the Buddha crew, the whole family too, and don't forget to like my channel to keep them views going and coming up. Yes, and you know how I say, bro, like, my quote of a lifetime is always going to be, give ourselves grace. That is the problem. We are not thanking ourselves for where we brought ourselves. Like, literally 3 years ago, I was not in the same predicament, y'all. And this is also why I stress to y'all, outside of boundaries and just how to conduct with people, when it comes to yourself, let's talk about how we need to take care of ourselves. Not just by showing, but telling. You know, some of the most depressed, ugliest people be dressed from head to toe. And when I say ugly, I mean just not nice, not kind. But they lay, baby. I mean literally from the top of their head to the tip of their toes. And even for my sad people, look at me. I'm one of them. Y'all would not have been able to tell over 2 years ago, it has been 2 years. 2 years ago that I was in deep depression. So it ain't just about what you making others believe. You gotta really make yourself believe that, because when you don't fulfill yourself internally and remind yourself that, yo, shout out to you, son. I'm not the same person that I was yesterday. Shout out to you, girl. I'm not where I was yesterday. Shout out to you, girl. I'm not doing this like I was doing yesterday. Shout out to you, God. I'm not doing this like I was yesterday. And you know, and it be so many small things that we overlook, but it really is a big deal. It really is a big deal. And I'm not talking like things like me not eating meat. I'm talking about small things like I got a sale a month. I don't curse as much as I used to curse. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Like, even my bestie was like, best friend, I don't like that you curse so much. One of my besties definitely was like, I don't like that you curse so much. But it was such a second nature. I'm like, girl, please, who give a fuck? Like that. But, all right, stop being an asshole. Don't be offensive. Like, she really meant it. Like, you such a pretty girl. I'm like, girl, so what? We can have a nasty mouth sometimes, but she's right. Like, look what I'm doing. Look at the field I am. Yeah, I'm a hood therapist, but like, it's a time and place for everything. You know, so that's a little shout out to me, because again, I got a body mouth. You know, so just the small things down to the big things, we have to remember to give ourselves grace. And one of my favorite things to always tell y'all guys, and I'm never ever gonna stop telling y'all, praise yourself and write down. God in the universe is listening. Our ancestors are listening. Write it down, people. I'm always gonna tell y'all that story, especially about my apartment, especially about MOODYTUNEIN. Let me tell y'all, my spirit be on me. The year I decided to work 2 jobs, I told myself I'm going to get my apartment. Mind you, I've been filled out for the apartment that I'm in now in 2013. But it wasn't until 2018 I was like, I'm getting me a second job because my apartment about to call me. I just had a feeling. And they called me a year later. I wrote that down. Even, again, going back to MOODYTUNEIN, I wrote it down. I wrote down what I wanted the vision to be. I wrote down who I wanted to work with, and the list is done. And maybe this is why I'm here now. Write it down. Go back to a new list. Modify your list, baby girl, baby boy. It's okay, y'all. We can always modify. We literally the same person when we're not the same person. Every day that goes by, we are not the same person. We was not the same person that we are yesterday, not the same person we was a week ago. We continuously evolve. Continuously are evolving. So I need you, tribe, to remember, like, when it comes to self, give yourself grace. Grace. Because it is necessary. And you have to give yourself the love you want others to give you. Like, even when I was going through such a low time where I felt like, dang, I really need my people. You know, why they not mind readers like me? And then even when you do open your mouth, everyone's not going to always be there to serve you or help you the way that you need them to. You know, I definitely was in a, like, oh my gosh, why me? Why no one ever me? Me. But I had to really be like, baby, you got you. You got to do you. You got to show up for you. And those that needs to be there will be. Because trust and believe, the people that were there for me, I would have never ever thought. Right? I would have never ever thought as hard as they went and they were for me, and still is. Shout out to my good sis. Shout out to my good sis. She know who the hell she is. She know who she is. Shout out to my good sis. So yes, y'all, like, remember, give yourself grace. Think the ones that love you the way that love you when you don't even know how to be loving on you. Because depression is real. That will take you out. It will literally clock you out. No overtime. Matter of fact, it'll clock you out overtime. Okay? Like, you will be in a state. And like grievance, there is no timeline on that. You know? And like I've told y'all in the past too, I even diagnosed myself feeling like I maybe had seasonal depression. But I've seen therapists and they're like, no, you're just a normal person. You know how to deal with these things. I'm like, okay. Okay. And maybe it's just how I tell them I go about dealing with things. But like, bruh, we all need to know how to, 1, rely on us, and 2, allow others to do as well. Be grateful and don't have no expectations though. when it comes to others doing their part to help you help yourself. Because God is going to always send people in your life, again, to teach you or remind you to take things away. Either way, it's still a lesson. It's all about what lesson are you getting out of it. And he will keep sending you the same lesson until you get it. Especially when he's trying to pull you away from ways or people. He is going to make that lesson harder and harder each time. More enticing, more attractive, more appealing each time. And it's going to hurt just as much each time until you get your lesson. And the best way for us to really like be able to recognize before really getting into something, hurting our own feelings, is listening to yourselves. I know y'all get tired of me telling y'all to listen to yourselves, but we are our own best friends. And as we get older, we are taught to not trust ourselves as much. We are taught to just listen to our parents and just listen to what the news tell us. But no, that was all to gain control, y'all. Learn to trust yourself. Follow your intuition. Trust and believe me. It is so true. It is so true. And the more that I am practicing it, from even the smallest things, I still have much work to do, especially when it comes to like my more so emotional feelings towards others. Because, you know, I've definitely had like friend pain. I've definitely had man pain. I definitely have family pain. So when it comes to like my spirit, when it comes to how to deal with them, that'll always make me feel very confused. But I'm learning how to bring more clarity to that, because my heart definitely will distract my brain. You know, it would definitely distract my brain because of my love that I have for you. But naturally, when I'm just talking about just regular things, like on my own account, like if I have to make a decision and things like that, I am definitely doing way better when it comes to listening to myself. And y'all take my word for it. Just start off with just the smallest thing when you wake up in the morning. Like, you're gonna realize that listening to yourself is listening to God, because that's all it is. Because God ain't gonna steer you wrong. God is in you. We are gods. We are gods and goddesses walking on this earth. So it's only right that we get in a direct connection on the right. It's us making the choice that we want to go left instead of right. Yes, y'all. As y'all know, next week, Moody Mondays, that's our first Monday of the month. That is our Ussy month. You guys need to definitely tap in on that question box. Yes, y'all. I'm so sorry this got cut off by a call, and normally I know I do not like to answer. I lost my only 50-year-old. Definitely trying to learn to take life. Yeah, if you're a praying person, pray to whatever you believe in for discernment and wisdom. Yes, my good sis, come through with the come through with the translation, okay? Come on now. I love my tribe. Y'all always come through with that, sis. Moody, you just lost your only 50-year-old. For real? Who's that? Tell him to come back. And yes, good sis, you see, I love that you said that. Pray to whoever you pray to, because listen, I say God, but God, listen, they just named different. God, Buddha, Allah, whomever you believe is your higher power that possess all of the great things and add to your life, you praising them. And meditation is the self thing. You are sitting in your thoughts, you are filtering, and you are compartmentalizing your thoughts, really taking time for yourself to take it in like a good blunt and release. Inhale, exhale, and manifesting your thoughts. That's why, honestly, my mom always makes the joke that I'll be waking up with God. I'm always waking up early in the morning. I have not done my morning meditations the way y'all normally used to me doing it, but I still wake up early every morning, no matter what. It don't matter whether I'm at work, whether I'm off, I'm always up every morning. So I do take that time, and I be in my head. I write. I write. Because it's so easy to just get on our phone, watch TV, go on the internet, like just start scrolling, but I'll start writing. So that's the one thing that I thank God in the universe for, that no matter what state I'm in, writing is my release. Like, y'all know I'm chatty motherfucking Patty. Y'all know that. But I am a writer. Like, I am a writer. Pray for your heart to be guarded from the things that are not for you, because it's very easy for us women in particular to get emotionally tied to things, but you want to be tied to the things that's intended for you. Amen, my good sis. You'll need to take that wig off your head. Who is this McLean? First of all, this is Crochet. Secondly, I'm sure you're bald. Get out of here, Mr. McLean. I love the features on here, baby. So let me tell y'all, just to take it off real quick, because he got on my nerves, so I pressed on his name. They got different features, and it says put the user on timeout. That's what he's on right now. Like, relax. Yes, my good sis, the way I love to write. And a year ago when I had brought out my poems, let me tell you how nervous I was, because for me, like I told y'all, when it comes to, I don't even know, Rich. When it comes to me, I like to write. I'm a writer no matter what. But when it comes to my poems, y'all, me like putting my poems out to y'all was like me sharing my pages from my diary. You know, because like even like when it comes to my shows and the topics, y'all already know that my show topics is from life experiences, whether I personally went through it or I was supporting someone going through it. So either way, it's life experience, because experience is